Hey Zach, all right, this is going to be part two for this demo. I'm just going to walk through some of the other functions. I'm going to move faster on these. I still need to set up a var sheet example. I'll do that later. But right now, let me just cover a number of things. So you get the whole thing that we showed you before and after. I just showed you by, running before. I just went to all my websites and broke them back to basics in order to show you after where I put everything up. All right, so just real simple that way. That's how much control, by the way. I mean, we could literally in a few hours change all of those locksmith templates into carpet cleaning templates. If we had the content ready and the images ready, some sidebar images too, it would take, in one day, we could convert 500 websites from one industry to another. Isn't that weird? By the way, everything I'm talking about with these new templates here too, these new designs that we're doing, all of this new stuff that we have here also works with the same concepts. We can do exactly everything with any of these. So if we did these for locksmith, GDR, plumber, whatever we wanted to do, right? These all work as well. The same way, no matter what website we create works just as well, okay? So we can make as much variation as we really want. Okay, let me go ahead and bring this back to basics. Kind of have a lot up. Maybe I'll take some of it down. I'll see. Okay, files to delete. Okay, this is pretty useful. The point I want to make is this. We can get anywhere in the website. Okay, let me just do it this way. Say I come to, I don't know. Okay, let me just stick with locksmith, right? All right. Say I go into like mobilelocksmithcrew.com, right? Let me just close these other tabs. I want to go ahead and make it easier to see what's going on. Say I come in here. Here's the thing. Say I go into the file manager and there's stuff I want to do in here that is totally different from the websites themselves. One example, maybe I come back and I think, oh yeah, I've got all these zip files uploaded that are taking up room. This one's taking up 34 meg. I don't want it to take up 34 meg. I want to delete it. Heck, there are other zip files here. I just don't need them anymore, so they're in my way. I want to delete that, delete that, delete that. And this error log. Sometimes the error logs get ahead of you no matter what you do. And then you're like, I want to delete the error log. Okay? Now what else? Well, let me just do something like this so I can get that back. What else might you want to do? You might want to go in the administrator folder and see if you have an error log there. Sometimes you do. What if you had a bunch of error logs? What if you would just like to delete them anyway? Just, you want to say check every website, delete them wherever you find them. Okay? Could be in the admin folder. Where else could it be? CSS folder. It's another place where you see error logs appear sometimes. Okay? It's just in your way. You don't need it. You can also have them in here if you wind up working in themes. And not just that, like I said, there could be zip files you want to delete. And you could also have them where else? User files, all right? That's another place that you could almost expect to see it, and it could be in here, okay? So what's my point? It's this. I don't even need all these things open, do I? No, I don't. Okay, let me do this. Var sheet install, I just want to make the point. Okay, file deletion. Okay, we're going to import a file. Now, all these sections have download sample, right? Everything has download sample so that you can just know what's going on for the sample. How to upload a zip file that has a bunch of images in it. Okay, images file that governs where to put the images. There's a sample you would download. Then delete files. We can delete images off of all of the servers so that if we put up a bunch of images and then later we want to replace them with other images, we can get rid of the old images. So not only can we upload images, we can delete images. And not just that, but we can delete them recursively. We can basically say, go to a folder, delete the folder with everything in it. Okay? Or we can be more specific and say, just delete this one kind of image on all these websites. Okay? So now, if I want to do file deletion, I mean, how does something like that even look? I'll show you. It's pretty cool. Okay, so files to delete. I could delete error logs. I could delete zips. Maybe there's some single-use file out there I want to deal with. Let's do error logs. This is a common one, right? That kind of builds up eventually. So let's say I want to delete it from the root or the admin folder or the CSS folder or the themes or the user files. Most common and biggest hit place would be the root. So if ever there was an error file that's going to get large, it's going to be the one in the root. So let's take a look at that, right? Take a look. Go to the domain and go to this path, which is just simply a slash, which means the root. If it was administrator, then it would be, well, we'll look at it. I don't think the slash, but it'll be administrator anyway. And then delete what? Whatever we say to delete, error underscore log. Do these have to all be the same? No. Could I say go through them all, delete the error log, then when you're done with them, copy, and I could paste it down here again and say go delete something else, then delete something else, then delete something else. I could, yes, I could do that. Now, I'm just not doing it, but yeah, I could do it. So, but here's the key point, right? I'm not going to log into each one of those cpanels to delete the error log from the root. Get that? I'm just going to upload this file, and it'll be done in a couple of minutes. Administrator, just to give you the idea of how it would go for a deeper level folder. Same concept, but what folder? Administrator. Okay, no slash comes before it. I'm getting used to these files. Go to the domain, go into that folder, and if this is there, delete it. If it's not, ignore it and keep going. That's how it's going to act. Totally awesome, right? So in just a few minutes, you can literally enter 92 different cpanels and delete those monstrous error logs, okay, from these different folders and recover a couple of gig on your server. And you never logged into a cpanel at all, okay? What if it was zip files? Kind of the same thing now. Go to the root and delete this. Go to the admin and delete that. Whatever zip file you may have uploaded to all those websites. Why would you upload a zip file to all those websites? Like in this case, whatever it was, 1.zip. It could be that you need this to be different for every website. That could be 1.zip, 2.zip, 3.zip, 4.zip, right? So it'll go to the first website, delete 1.zip. Go to the second one, delete 2.zip, okay? It'll just do that because that's what you put. It'll do whatever you say here. And yeah, you could have it keep going again through them all to do other things in this one file. Okay? Again, no entering a cpanel, and you get all this work done with just a few files. Could I put them all together? I could. I just keep them separate because usually I never go past the root and the admin folder. Usually not even past the root. Okay. What now? Oh yeah, why would you be adding them? File updates. File updates is another thing that's totally awesome. There have been some times that we realized we have to update something. We have to do an update for compression, so we have to change some of the files involved, right? And then when we go to do that, and it's going to change some of the internal files too. So then we need to zip the whole thing up, and we're going to upload that is our file uploader. So we're going to upload the zip file that contains the changes. Then we're going to import the file that says what to do with those changes. So how does that look? Like this. Process file uploader. That's what I downloaded, right? The download sample button gave this to me. And let's just see how easy it is to understand. There's the root. There's where we're going to put it. It could be in a folder. And we're going to extract right there. So basically it's going to go in the folder it generated. So when we upload the zip, it unpacks it to create a folder. And then whenever we say go and do this, it will re-zip that thing, take it over there, and go here and unpack it. And so if that includes an administrator folder, it'll unpack the administrator folder's changes and automatically overwrite any files or add new files in. So this one custom HTML-V5, that could have like 4 files in it. What was I showing you? Just to give you the idea. Yeah, it could have this, and this that go in the root, plus the administrator folder that has all of these that have been updated. Okay? We made so many updates over the past year. I don't even know what to say. So this is just a zip file for all of that. Okay? And really it's this that we zipped up to create that. That way when we upload this is what we upload as a zip file. And when it uploads, it unpacks it to create that folder in the server. Okay? And then that way, the only last thing for us to do is to import the rules, the commands. And that's exactly what this does. This just straight says, go to each website and update everything. You know how cool that is? So yeah, we're not having to go into a cPanel to update all of the websites with the newest, latest, greatest software additions. Okay? We can upgrade all of our websites remotely. We can even add themes to all of our websites remotely. What else do I want to show you? Images. When you upload a set of images, you can delete, you can add main images, you can add inner images, like a folder with a bunch of inner images. Let me just open these real quick. Make sure we see what we see here. Okay. Go to the domain. Oh yeah, sorry, all three. What's this one? This is inner images. Go to the domain. Go to this folder, in this case, user file / banner / images is going to be where the images go, and unpack, whatever's in images into there. So we're going to upload images.zip, which has the folder called images, and in it is all the stuff we really want to put. And that way, when it unpacks it, it's going to unpack it right here, right? Wherever we wanted it. Could you have banner images, blocks images, banner images, blocks images, because you're going banner, blocks, banner, blocks? Yes, of course. Every single row can be completely unique and totally independent of the other row. Okay? So it's just up to what you need. Delete images. Pretty simple. Go to the website. Go to whatever folder level depth, doesn't matter, user files / banner / images, and delete everything in there. It will delete everything in there. I think it even deletes the images folder itself. We can double check. It's not often that we use delete images, but we can always do a test with, just make a copy of this whole file that just does like one website or two and do a test. Right? Make sure it comes out the way we want. But even if we accidentally deleted it, we can add new files. So we could add in a new images folder. It's not even a problem. Because if we are going to delete it, we're probably going to add something new anyway. What's this one? Master image uploader. Yeah. Oh, this is where I did all that work for the unique images. Remember how I showed you that when I flip through the tabs, even though they're the same 4 images, they have different color schemes and CSS files on them? Yeah, right. So we processed them that way. We said our first website is site number 1, and we made, I think it was 40 banner images, maybe 80 for that website. I think it was 80. Then we made another 80 for the next website, so that went into folder number 2. So we put 80 different images in folder 1, then 80 in folder 2, 80 in folder 3, 80 in folder 4. They're all different images, but we have them named in a convention that matches how we fill them on the feed file. So we know exactly which images go where. We just put them where we want them to show up on the feed files for the front pages, right? For banner 1, 2, and 3, or however many you want to go, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. So that's what we did. Totally unique image sets. I happen to do 100 in this case because this is for garage store, so I did those image sets for 100 different garage store sites. And so I uploaded the zip file that had all of those folders of images in it. Yes, it had 80 times 100 is 8,000 total images, right? So folder 1 with 80, folder 2 with another 80, folder 3 with... I zipped the whole thing up, all right? Uploaded that, and it extracted and prepared it. So it got every folder ready. So it's server images /1, naturally in the server images folder, and then /2/3. Okay. It got them all ready. I just had to tell the system where to put them. So I said, put 1 on that website, put 2 on that website, right? I just had it mapped in order so I knew where I wanted them to go. And put them where? That path. Get it? So, yep, it went and did it. And I got that much work done in about 8 minutes. Okay? So I added 80 images to each of 100 websites in 8 minutes without ever logging into a cPanel. How's that? Okay? Pretty cool, right? Passwords. This will be a fun one. Let's change the passwords and then change them back. We're going to make it really, really easy to hack this thing for a moment. And then we're going to change it back. Why? Just cause. All right, so take a look at this. At the very bottom here, I've got admin information. That's actually admin for all those sites, right? All right, let me see. I'm going to just go ahead and delete these. I don't need them anymore. Okay. And then those two. We could have displayed more. Got it. Same thing now. Download the sample. Import the feed file, right? And then just delete the entries right here. So watch this, okay? I'm going to import a feed file, right? Which one? These temp files for mass edits. I'm going to show you something about that real quick. Normally, for each website, I would have a real password to log in. You know how you go to /administrator and you log in with admin and whatever you want, right? Well, I just made it all AAA so that we can log into every one of these websites, get work done, and log back out. If we really wanted to, we could give some guys work to do and tell them how to log into the website. We don't need to give them access to this whole thing. That can be for your SEO guys, right? Who are doing SEO on the websites and making changes in the feed files and stuff, right? Maybe adding new pages and using the variables to feed into the new pages and then uploading to add new pages to all your websites with variables. You can do all that without ever logging into a single control panel, right? So anyway, let's say I want to do that. By the way, did I ever explain the secret key? If not, I'll show you because it's really, really awesome. Anyway, I'm going to take all these websites I have here, okay? And I'm just straight going to upload them and they're all going to have AAA, okay? Why? Temporary, so I can give access to 1 or 2 or 3 guys so that they don't have to figure out about all the passwords. They can just simply have access to all the passwords right away, okay? And that way they can go right through the websites, get the work done that they need to do. And then when they say they're done, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to come right back here. I'm going to grab the normal one that has all the random logins and security keys and drag that here and upload it. That way I reset every password for every website. Just like that. Just like that. That's pretty cool, right? Then nobody can get in. Okay, this will be done in like a minute or so. I'll pause it. I'll be back. Okay, we're done. So let's just take one at random. Speedy, unlock, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe, whatever. All right. So I'm just going to go here. Okay. Now, we know how to log in, right? /administrator. We log in with admin and AAA. Okay. I'm going to cancel because it's not a normal password. Now, see how it says security key is AAA? That's for the security key. What is a security key for? I'll tell you. Let me sign out. I'll make this visually really easy to understand. Let's say we got one of our websites here, Speedy Unlock Crew. Let's do another one. Speedy hello. Didn't we have other choices or no? Oh, well, Speedy Unlock Service. Okay, fine. Let's say we have another website here, you know, Emergency Lock and Key Center. Let's have another one here, mobile. Locksmith Crew. Now, if you were to time me, how long would it take me to log into each one of those? Well, I have to go to Administrator. right? Then I have to go to admin. Then I have to go look up the password so I can copy and paste it in here. And that brings me here. Of course, you know, this could happen, but brings me here. Now I can continue to do whatever I was supposed to do. Maybe I need to go to global variables, right? Which is var.php. And maybe I'm coming here so I can add a global variable. By the way, remember what I said about adding the global variables in? We've got pages and pages of global variables in here. All of this stuff. There's like 17, I think it is, right? If we go all the way out. It's 17 variables, including keys for the CAPTCHA and the Google Map, okay? Whatever. So maybe somebody needed to go all the way to page 17 to get something done. So again, let's think about it. He's going to add something or adjust something or change the key. Maybe he's got to just, you know, edit, change the key, update it, okay? Maybe that's his job. Then what? Going to come here. /administrator, right? Admin. Look for the password. Copy, paste. Go to global variables. Hit some page in here. Change it to 17. Now I can do my work. Edit. Paste something in here. Update. Right? Now, you can see how long that takes, especially if you have hundreds of websites. First of all, you don't have to do any of this manually at all. But let me just at least show you, I'm only using this to illustrate something we created to make life easier. Say I'm logged out. What was that page name again? var.php, V-A-R. Well, if I happen to know the code, because I have it in my file, right, like a whole list of direct access links, could go like this. Could put a question mark, key equals, what's the security key? Well, it happens to be AAA because I made the security key AAA. By the way, did my security key have to be the same as the admin password? No. Why? 2 points of security. 1 point. Some guys know what this is all about. So you could keep this totally inaccessible, but those same guys don't even know what this is about. They don't know that you can get direct access through this. Here's what I mean. Because I did this, and that's a real place, var.php question mark. Let me highlight it. I want to make this point clear. Matter of fact, I could save it. Okay. I can just go to that URL. It logged me in. Now I am free to go anywhere I want to go in this entire panel, including to page 17, which means what really? See that? 17. That would be my direct link. Copy. Right? There you go. So in other words, I can avoid the time it takes to log in and wind up on the dashboard, plus the time it takes to go to the exact page I want to get to. I can go directly there with a single link, right? Even if I just do it separately. I mean, you see it. Paste and go. I'm there already, logged in, able to edit. So if I had all of those links right here going down, it was all of these with the extension on the end, with whatever the security key is, whether it's the same or different, I can give that list to people and have them just open each one in a different tab and then just walk across the tabs, get all the work done, and log out each time, or just close the whole thing when they're done and let you know when they're done. And so when they're done doing whatever they had to do, whether they logged into variables, whether they logged into content.php, maybe they needed to go here, okay? They can go directly anywhere in the back end that you want them to go. Sidebars, where did you want them to go? They can go there directly, okay? Sign out. Sidebar. I think it's singular, right? Key equals. See that? I'm right there, okay? I could be editing one just like that. They were doing whatever. There you go. That's how fast and efficient that is, right? And when they're done with all that work and they report back that they're done, I'm going to go here, import. I'll save it. And then just drag back my normal file. Okay? And it'll be done in a minute. And all of those sites will suddenly be inaccessible because I no longer have the right key. I mean, I might be able to pull up something on a cache, but it won't actually connect and maneuver around the web pages. I'm not authenticated. Okay? So the cool thing is, in about 1 minute, this is going to be done updating all of that. And I won't be able to get in here anymore. It'll be fun to even try. I may be able to still stay in for this one browser session since I am authenticated in here right now. That I think is like one of the last websites in the entire list, right? Let me just pause it, wait for that thing to finish. I think it'll be done in some seconds anyway. All right. Took an extra minute or two. But let's stop and think about this real fast. You know how much work that is? So it went into each of the panels, went to the site admin section, which you see when you log in normally, or come in through here and go moving around. And it changed the admin password. So that's like typing in a new password twice, right? And updating the page. And it also came to the main page and hit this button to generate a new key, a new alphanumeric key. So it did all that. That would be like if somebody actually did it and then logged out. First of all, they have the keys, or they could have the keys when they log out. So who's to say that they don't log back in later? And second thing is, it just takes time, right? If you wanted to do it, it would take you time. But with this file, it's like 3 minutes. It's making both of those changes, in effect 3 changes, where it types in the new keyword twice and hits the button. That's 3 changes, so to speak. And it's doing it across 90 odd websites. 2 main changes, 90 odd websites, 180 total changes, pages visited. And it's done in a couple of minutes, just on total autopilot once you upload the file. Okay, so 500 websites, no problem, right? That's cool. Now, I may still be able to walk around in here. Yeah, because I did authenticate when I came in here directly. See how the key is changed, right? Because the update changed the key, so it is changed. So if I'm logged in now, I mean, I can copy this thing and I'll know what the key is to log in. As a matter of fact, I am going to copy it, so I can just show you on that file real quick, even though you get the point. Okay, I'm sure you get the point, right? I'm just making sure you can see it. So here's what it is. I'm just going to paste it right here, okay? And so, you know, I should just do it this way, right? Paste. Now, control, yeah, just copy. Okay, control V. Just to sort of prove it, right? Clear contents. So like, enter. Enter. Okay, so if I go here now, oh, did I log out? Yeah, take a look. It's bringing me to login page because I'm not authenticated for it, right? That's the whole point. Close one, close tabs to the right. Okay, I'm not authenticated, but if I know the new code, now I'm authenticated. I can come right in there. Or if I'm supposed to do some other kind of work, okay, then on the second one, this could be, you know, pages, right? And then, of course, on the third one, right? So you can give these URLs to different sets of guys, sidebar. And so if I click on this, oh, of course, there is no pages, page equals 17. Duh, remove. And same with the sidebar. Yeah, make sure you get your URLs right. There is no page equals 17. Okay. And same with the sidebar, right? Okay. All right. What am I doing here? I don't know. Maybe it's page.php or what. I got to go double check. Oh, content.php. Of course, not pages, content. All right, so you see it. There's nothing else I need to say. I mean, it's really, really clear, right? This should have just been content, not pages. That's all. Okay, so there you go. That's how it works. And you get it. I mean, there's nothing there that's hard to understand. It's really obvious. So, close tabs to the right. So, yeah. The whole point is that you can literally handle all of this. And by the way, that's not the same thing I have for the logging into the account. So right now, let me see. Ooh. Oh, I'm just going to change that one security key real quick. Okay, I did that. Now, let's do the next thing. Save, I guess. Okay. Okay, last thing I want to point out in this demo, okay? SQL queries. Yes, that far without ever logging into an admin panel or a cPanel. See this? SQL query. It's going to ask, what query do you want to run? So this is for stuff where we're affecting phpMyAdmin, right? Like we're expecting to be affecting phpMyAdmin, okay? So whichever is the right database, I have to go back and double check maybe, but it doesn't matter. There could be 3, 4, 5 databases in here and only one of them is connected to the website. That doesn't matter because the system knows that. It will have it all taken care of. It's totally taken care of. Okay, that's the wrong one. Okay, this is the right one. Yep, that's the right one. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Global variables also 860, but I know what's going on with the rest of them. All right, so say I wanted to make a change to something in here. Say I needed to change which items show up in the big global variables table or something like that. I don't know why. There's no real good reason why, but there are times that we have made changes where we ran SQL queries. So we decided, especially when we add a new functionality, that's what it is. When we add new functionality, we may need to add a new database table or something like that to each of the databases for each of the websites. Could you imagine doing that manually? Because that's how you normally have to do it. Not anymore. From the outside, I can run this thing. Here might be my website list. All the websites. Paste. There's like 200 websites, you know, Locksmith and GDR. Then what? What do I want to run? The query that does whatever this query does. Add global variable keys database table, right? Create the table called global variable underscore keys, right? ID not null, CDB not null, etc., etc., etc. So it's going to create this really big 1760 column database for me. Control-Alt, Control-C. Yeah, we've run this. Yeah, it works. See that? No kidding. If I hit go, it will do it. It will run that query on every one of those websites. Okay? And it will therefore create, where is it? This, GV keys with everything that it's supposed to have going all the way across the page. Every variable that it's supposed to have. All the way to the final ones that we usually like to have. Secret key, site key, Google Map key for caption stuff. Right? So imagine being able to make those changes inside PHP for website after website without ever logging into a single cPanel. That's how much power we have here, okay? In this structure. All you need is the domain name. So it's extremely secure, virtually hack-proof. By the way, that's another thing. On our way to becoming virtually hack-proof, we got hacked for a little while there. All right, we did. We found a file vulnerability. In the process of our file vulnerability, 40 of our websites got hacked. Crap got overwritten. I actually had to create this whole thing about security where I actually was checking the websites and marking them. Okay. I'm just showing you so you can see. I'm not kidding. So everything that had been hacked, I marked red. Everywhere where the guys didn't really, they hacked it, but they didn't put up stupid messages on the front page talking about some country hating America, usually. They just deleted all the pages from the database. They left an empty shell, like a home page with nothing else, right? So I marked those orange. And I got other ones marked here too, because, after a long period of time, a bunch of these sites, I haven't even, like the yellow ones, I haven't even put anything there yet on many of them. And some of them were never, the name servers were never set forward to the server, just whatever, okay? So I got my color coding, color key for the different things going on. All right. So anyway, yeah, at one point I had like 40 hacked in a day, okay? It all happened in one day. I thought, oh no, 40 hacked websites, databases lost, no backups. You know how long it took to fix? All I had to do was run the master feed file. That was it. That is my backup. That's my backup of everything except for the images. That's all the database information for all the databases and all the settings for the typographies, theme settings, and everything. That alone is enough. I can just run that. If I had to go any further, I go back to Software Installer and reinstall the template. Okay? No problem. Like 20 seconds per website, they're all done. But I just ran this. So 40 hacked sites were fixed in 8 minutes just by rerunning the file to cover all the websites and let it just repeat everything on all the other websites and fix all the ones that were hacked in the process. Okay? And of course, we figured out what caused the vulnerability. We figured out how it happened, and we changed that so that vulnerability does not exist. We have come back and looked since, several days in. We're not seeing any hacks. So yeah, we nailed it. And yeah, I love it. I love where we're at, and I love what it means, because we can do this level of control on everything. And we can produce pages on everything. May as well just delete all that, because I'm not going to do it. We can upload new themes. We can upload key files, which you don't know about. Key files, that's how we do SQL compression. So from the time we originally created all the Locksmith websites, they had hard-coded HTML pages, and you would have to upload images into each subdomain folder to make them relative URLs, instead of absolute URLs for page speed. Okay, the amount of room that each cPanel would take up was however big. I don't care, put a number on it, 100 meg, right? By the time we went through our blitz process, we knocked that down to 1%. So instead of 100 meg, it dropped to 1 meg to create the same amount of content, but faster, more efficiently, with relative URLs. Anyway, even though we only had one set of images, that's cool. Then we turned around and said, now that we made all these tools faster and we can just pound information out, that's not quick enough. Now we wanted to update. Now we needed to store more stuff on a single server. So we went through and did a different layer of SQL compression that was taught to me by one of the founding fathers of Linux, Mark Marcel Bolzer, and I'll give him credit. But he taught me how to do this level of compression, and we incorporated it into this tool. And that took that and crunched it to a 3% of what it was. So instead of being 1 meg, it's 3% of 1 meg is like, 30 kilobytes or I don't know, whatever it is. The point being that from the early Locksmith production days, those websites, the amount that we can put on one server today to fill it up would be the equivalent of filling up 3,300 servers back then. You would need to rent or own 3,300 servers in order to hold as much information as we can put on one server today. Talk about competitive. So it's virtually hack-proof, totally modern coding, not just modern in and of itself, but modern all the way through, right? I don't know. There's a lady working on her website, DougieDaysNW.com. This is a very, very, very simple version of the same kind of thing. It's just the way she wanted it because she doesn't know much about how websites work. But yes, first of all, it is HTTPS, but she just wanted this very simple panel. So if I were to do this and just go to the validator, I just want to make the point, you know. Anything and everything we make, we can fix. Yeah, of course, there's an extra paragraph break somewhere in there. You know, her putting in the code for web pages, what does she know? And then the other thing is, of course, page speed insights, right? Let's cancel. I wonder if you even have that up. I'm just curious. But here we go. I don't know what she's been doing on the site now either. What, did that not take? Oh, okay, did not take. That's all. We'll see. Okay, there we go. 97 mobile, 100 on desktop. Awesome, right? So yeah, by the way, that's what I mean. That bit right there, DougieDaysNW.com. As simple as it is, and it looks and feels extremely simple. Doggy. There it is. This is the website. So that website is modern. That coding is modern, and the data that we wind up putting in for bulk pages for will be compressed to that degree. Everything on that website is totally modern. Okay? So anything we build can run as far as I just showed you, no matter what the websites are like. And they're all totally modern, virtually hack-proof, incredibly easy to control, incredibly easy to back up, incredibly easy to edit. I'm sure you understand right now what an SEO guy can do. If you haven't thought about it really, think about it this way. I'm going to open that master feed file, right? Maybe I'll just open the pages only one because I might just want to make changes only to the pages. But what's my point? Here's the pages tab. And I might think, gee, what can I do to improve SEO on the page? Well, I should put something in the browser title. I should not have 24/7 in every single one of these. I might go 24/7 in some, but I might just say emergency in others. Then I might not say anything in the next one, emergency. And then I might just not even have it in the next one because I don't want everything to be the same. Who knows? And so those three right there. Oh, the first one. Yeah. I want to leave it in one of them. Okay. All right, fine. So then I'm just going to cycle these. And highlight that. Cycle it, right? I mean, there are easier ways to do this. I'm just trying to be visually clear, right? And by making those changes and cycling it down, saving it and re-uploading it, you really affected all of the home pages on all of the subdomains on all of the websites. Just like that. What if somewhere you realized you could stick another keyword in here, some token, into the content, into the meta description, into the body content, wherever it is, not here, somewhere else. Oh yeah, the content itself, right? Because the content is the content. I can bring that down. Here's another thing. I don't know if you know or not, but you can really go completely, perfectly crazy with variables. Make anything and everything variable, right? And you can do variables within variables, as I said before. Okay? So you can, what did I do? Drag that down? Yeah, probably. Oh, no, I didn't. I did that. Okay. You can, on your global variables tab, you can literally have variables within variables for your global variables. I'm not kidding. This could be broken key extraction services. Well, maybe key extraction is a variable, and that's like keyword, 123 for all I know. Whatever it is you're doing with it. And it references somewhere over here will be keyword 123. Okay? I'm telling you that that's the way it works now. I'll just put it back since I didn't set that up really. No need to have it broken. Okay? And page structures, I haven't even gone into that. You can decide, the URL type decides whether the pages are going to be based, the deeper level pages, like these are the front pages, the front end of the website. So it's, of course it's 0. But when we get to bulk and we're creating sitemaps, row by row, we can decide whether they're subdomains or folders. And we can decide how many folder levels deep we want to go. We've got a choice of 0, 1, 2, or 3 folder levels deep. And we can decide if we're going to have a slash folder and a slash subfolder and slash subfolder. We can decide that row by row and what the wording should be and with variables. And we can decide what the page name should be in any combination. Okay. So we can have folders inside subdomains and folders on the root and pages in the root. In any combination, all combinations are doable, okay? And so we can just deal with that, update that, recreate that, add to that any way we see fit, all right? So, and make it look perfect. Folder level has pages in it and folders which have pages in them and maybe some folders which have pages in them. And that's true in some of the cases, not all the cases. Totally simple. You just map it out here. You leave blanks wherever you don't want something in there. And you decide whether it's going 1 folder level deep or 2 or 3. And it knows to use default values if you leave these blank so that it's swapping back and forth so you don't wind up with everything being the same. I'll explain it later, but there you go. I mean, that's how far that goes. So yeah, I think you get it now. We can put the sites up and control them at this extraordinary rate. So like the last demo that I would give you anyway is just creating all of the subdomain pages, right? And then any demo beyond that is just the macros, the Excel macros that allow us to auto-generate all the var sheets, auto-generate all the key files that are for SQL compression, everything there. But there you go. This is the system that we have today. And that is the level of control that it has available. All right. Hope you're finding it interesting. It really means that we can reproduce everything that we did for the locksmith project, which took 2 years of work. We can recreate all that work now in a week. And then you give us another week, we can overcome it, right? So the cost of every next totally unique website is basically the cost of a domain name. Okay, we can set up content that's basically once you create it, we create it with enough variability. The variability is endless. And then images, we can create image combinations that are endless. We have all these styles times all these color combinations, and we can feed CSV files into them, generate totally unique images, and then run all of it through an optimizer to optimize them all. And then put them up on websites so that they each have their own alt code, keyword combination. And Google's blown away. And it wasn't hard. There was no go through Google Images and find locksmith images or find GDR images. We're never going to use anyone else's. We'll start with the original 4, crop it right, get it the way we want. We could save it with a new format. We could kill all the system properties that belong to the image properties. Get rid of any kind of information that's belonging to somebody. And then when we're done with all that, then we can run it through our own process to generate thousands of variations for all of our websites, and they all look good. It's that image that we feel will sell us, with color overlays to match it to the theme, wording to match it to the theme. And again, that goes for any website we ever make now. All the new modern ones and professional ones, as well as all the banner and block, slam it out versions that you guys have gotten used to over the years. All of that. But it all works with this entire structure I've been showing you, everything here about all of these, everything we ever create is mass controllable now. Because why do it manually? And this is what I mean also by top of the line competitive. Because you can't do this with WordPress. You can't do this with anything. And if you try doing it with WordPress, you're going to get hacked. Because WordPress sucks. Well, all right. I think you guys see the value. I think if you think about how long it would take you to make productions the way you have, and the fact that we can recreate all that in like a single week, imagine the amount of expense you dump. And if you can put everything on one server if you want, imagine all the expense you dump for doing that. Say you want 5 servers, but you can do a round of locksmiths, another round of GDR, another round of carpet cleaning, another round of fire, another round of flooding, another round of this, that, and the other. Just totally layered through all of that structure, right? And you'll never run out of room. Okay, I hope you find this interesting. I'm going to get back to it.